face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Our producer Ryan Christofferson was like, "They're late."
I know.
Oh my goodness! Producer's cracking the whip. Let's go.
I know. I was getting in my ears. I was like, "Hey." Speaking of which, maybe I'll
Ryan.
Welcome everyone.
Super one-handed RC Jeep guy, Brian Koshner. Yeah. Oh, Brian, I did so good driving your truck at the comp this week. We'll talk about that.
Nice.
We'll talk about that.
Nice.
I had the pretty mean green purple machine out there running, and it did really good. Nice. I removed the shock straps, like you said, and
night and day all dump.
Yeah, yep, night and day different.
That's good.
Yep,
that's good.
Anyway, we'll talk about that later. How have you been, man?
Good. Just you busy? Running around.
You got a lot of things you're trying to get done.
Yeah. It's been a little bit of everything. We got some racing coming this weekend. We started planning for our summer program.
It's hitting on the Instagrams.
Yeah. Yep. So that's
sponsorship hits.
Yep. So we've got Wally Build Factory Team. We've got TZO. We've got Team Associated. We got WITS. Who else? I think that's pretty much the big sponsors for racing. We've got Scale Metal Supplies and Spec RC. I got a sweet beanie from Spec RC. He sent one out the other day, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, so we're the summer program is kind of looming on us. I populated our. It's weird. I feel like there's more races, even though we dropped oval from the program. It's definitely one of those things where, like, the way the scheduling played out.
Yep.
It didn't help us at the end of summer. Like so it looks like we have 7 straight weeks of racing, like no break in between. Like every Saturday is a race. Bam. It's like dirt, turf, away, or like a 3-day dirt, 3-day turf. Like it's just bam, bam, bam. So it'll be crazy.
I mean, Brian Koshner, I feel like an old man. I just leave 110 change, no pennies though. Oh yeah, well I paid 3 rounds of bingo tonight, so
whoa,
beat, bro. I got you beat.
That's funny.
At church men's event. It's like, we're gonna play bingo tonight. I'm like, well, we can never say that the church didn't prepare us for getting older. They can't say that we have not been prepared for when we get older.
That is funny.
I will know how to play bingo.
Yes. That's awesome. That's too funny.
Yeah. Busy with it, man.
Yeah, and then the work stuff and all that.
I'm not going to be able to make our normal comp this week, but we have the International Auto Show.
Oh, cool.
In Grand Rapids this weekend, and there's a guy that has a large landscaping company here, Everett Construction kind of thing, and he does these big rock gardens and all this, and he's building the whole display there, but he's going to have us comping on it while for fun. So we're going to have a crew of guys up there with Reaction RC running 24 scale comps on his landscaping display.
Yeah.
Our show should be a lot of fun. Talk about being the nerds at the event, though. We're going to be uber nerding it up.
Yeah, that's
we're going to be like, kind of cool, I think. I'm not sure what to think.
That's cool.
It's going to be good.
Man, I'm jonesing to crawl. I still haven't had a chance to crawl. It's been cold, and I'm like,
I just posted today on the G's.
I saw that.
The Crux tires, dude, they hooked up.
Did they?
No hustlers.
Yeah.
They have that big knobby tread on it. I'm thinking, okay, these are going to be more trail truck. I don't think they're going to do super well for our.
How soft are they?
they're soft enough, but they like it's thick. Like they're thick compounds. So even though it's soft, it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's like propelling the truck forward. So I got like YouTube, most of it's YouTube sideways video of it doing it, but I got about 2.5 minutes of upright video that I cut down to a minute something
Yeah.
on. But like it was gripping. Like
That's cool.
I was watching and then they like just pull it forward. I'm like, dang, that like really hooked up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it that was really cool to see. I know Justin Slater was wanting to see that. He didn't show up that night though. I was wanting him to run it and get his opinion because he has so many tire sets that he runs.
Sure.
And he's, trying to see if he wants to get him or not. And I don't know what to tell him, like, because I don't know what his handle like. So I just know I have like I run a lot of landmines, and then I ran the pin tires from.
You read that the midlife crisis ledge,
Dude,
did you read
I would
that?
only look at the Roland ones.
You're like squirrel.
Dang. You should be looking at them because I found out that you can MIDI them into your computer. So for like recordings, then you can do like drum sounds, like
so for the rest of the world,
Abbey Road sound.
the comment was
those sounds, even though. Oh wait, no! Don't talk you off of the cliff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you should totally get some. There,
So
you're off the cliff. You jumped right to the jump set.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Brian's
you're no longer there because you just went into it full on.
Yeah, I like to subdivide. I like to subdivide my midlife crises. So
yeah, but so much of it, like poor experiences with the electric drums that people have, are not getting decent ones, and then the ones are just, and then also there's the rebound. Like the feel is still weird, even on the expensive, like nice Rolands, but
sure,
it's better than others.
For some reason, I don't know anything about this,
but have an opinion, please. A big one.
My opinion would feel like because the head is so different, I feel like I would get like carpal tunnel or like sprain my wrist because it doesn't have the same.
It has pop, actually. It's very
well.
strange.
It seems like it would be like a little more dead though. Like if you were like really having to like work on it, like
the cymbals are more dead and they don't like break through. But yeah,
that's funny.
But yeah, so I would look on Marketplace. But again, so much of it is about the electronic head. Like that's where a lot of the cost comes, is depending on the electronic.
So you know what I was thinking would be a really cool segment if we started being YouTubers and having some YouTube money coming in.
Yeah,
would be creating a budget every month for what we bought on Facebook Marketplace. Because bro, that's like, I think that's my death scroll right now, is that I hop on Facebook Marketplace, not looking for anything in particular. And I'm like,
they show you good stuff though that you don't know you want until you see it.
I know.
And I now want a house in Newego on the Muskegon River.
I know. I'm like, I look through it.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no jobs nearby, but like what you get for your money is really good.
I know, right? And I'm like looking through it and I'm like, I'm trying to think of like what's a good example of something that I want right now. Like, I don't know. There's just so many like little random things every now and then I click on it and I'm like, yep, I could use one of those, like a vending machine. Of course. Why wouldn't I use a vending machine? Put RC car parts in it. That'd be pretty sweet. Tires. How rad would it be to have a vending machine full of race tires of different compounds and tread patterns and stuff? And you're just like, this week I'm going to go with this. Doot, 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 doot. And they just fall down. Like the old school spring ones.
And just pull them off.
But that would not be so cool. Or how cool would it be if I showed up to the track with a vending machine?
It's annoying. Like it's like when you have the video game machine and it takes quarters. And it's your machine, but you still have to like open it up and put quarters in. And like,
I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm
just give me the machine without having to do that. I'm
going to get a wholesale account and then just have a vending machine that has the spring.
5-foot yacht I want on my
That's funny.
It is interesting. Well, so let's do a better the segment today. Let's just go on.
Look at that. How cool is that? A Fallout helmet.
Yeah. So let's just go on, and in our feed that it automatically populates for us,
Uh-huh.
we can just show on our phone
Yeah.
like what it is. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I need this, but I now I do.
Yeah.
Because it happens to me all the time. Like there's a Vespa now, and I sent it to my wife. She's like, no.
No.
I'm like, oh, come on.
No. She just straight up said no. Or like, oh, this is sweet.
Oh, it just disappeared.
Look at this. Swamp Thing by Prime Statue. Look at that.
You look at weird stuff, dude.
Look at how cool that looks. $1,000.
I mean,
That's
I have
pretty
like a
rad.
Suzuki Samurai showing on mine. For
Well, I do
$400.
too. But
Do you?
what entertains me is the obscure things, like the things that I'm like, I was going through this kick the other day and I was like, I think I just want to set aside money and buy one of those awesome felt Jesus paintings every month and just like make a wall salon style of Jesus paintings. Cause it's like you know what I'm talking about? Like the ones from like the 60s and 70s. Like, how rad would that be? Like, there's so many like random things that are just worth it.
I'm still scrolling. Oh my gosh, this Jeep is pretty rad with like Chevron tires. There's one that's a pole barn, like a 40 something by
Oh yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
125. Like that's got my interest. Okay, here's something that
Right. There
legit.
it says like the old cigarette machines. Yeah.
This is
Seriously.
something I legit want on one.
Turntable.
U-turn orbit.
Super cool.
These U-turn ones are awesome. They're about 500 new.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad price actually. 265 on it for the plus.
You're like, come on now.
But I want it to have a preamp. So I don't have to have an amp. Anyway, so yeah, it's stuff like that.
There's so much RC stuff that I see too. Like lots of RC stuff that I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. But
bowling
no need for it.
lanes. Dude,
Yep.
how $45 for a bowling alley lane. I don't know what you do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are you guys seeing on yours? Just post in the comments if you have a Facebook.
These guys are killing me scrolling on your phones during a live. Hey, we're scrolling on our phones for the really cool stuff.
Moog as well has got my attention. Sequencer. I saw a comment from Double A Day asking if I have any brushless motor mounts. I don't think I ever sold brushless motor mounts. The only thing that I sold were the motor mounts for the FureTech with the motors already attached. It was like the full, like if you're going to get the motor, it came with the transmission. I wasn't going to deal with how you were going to mount it and if it had the spur gears and the stuff. It was already mounted to a transmission. You just 3 screws and put it into your skid plate, good to go.
So Harley,
how's the move going?
He never replied to my question on Wednesday. Well, on Wednesday, he had the question Wednesday or whatever it was, and I was like, hey, how about trading for some awesome cat taxidermy for one of the he was like, no reply.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He must have missed this live that we had.
I think it was intentional. I wouldn't have. I sold the Virginia Beach Beast Monster Tank movie mon to actually somebody in Michigan after I moved here wanted it. Going terrible. I hate moving. Dude, if I have to move again.
I know.
And I just talked about how there was a house I saw that I wanted to get just a second ago on Facebook Marketplace. Like,
oh, that's like I told you, I'm procrastinating on my shop right now. Like, I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Else measuring. I finally just built, even in our new house, this desk to have an actual desk. The desk that I was doing live streams on in the basement for like days like this where I can't get out to the studio was an old door that I took out in the basement and put across two file cabinets.
That's so Joanna of you. Yeah, Joanna Gaines.
I didn't even take the knob out of it. It was just I flipped it so it was on the backside behind the computer.
That's funny.
So now I have like a legit desk. It's actually like a video editing or audio editing desk with like the bays for like rack mountings. Like I got a rack mounted power supplies and it's pretty rad.
Did I tell you about the Husky desks? The the height
Oh,
adjusting.
yeah, those are cool.
Dude, I saw one in person with the drawers underneath it, and I was like, yes, I want one of those for this table.
Yeah, so you can work at it, but then have the tools right there.
Well, and I would like to. It goes up to workbench height, so it goes to desk height and then a workbench height. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I would love to do this while standing up, like do
Yeah.
this live while standing up, and just crank it up and be like, "Hey guys, I'm standing up." Yeah, I think that'd be rad, and I would feel much more healthy about it.
Yeah, see, I'm looking for 9 millimeter motor mounts for my hobby weighing mini combos, and see here again, we're stuck in the like. We've gone back in the Stone Ages now. Like, if people are selling motors and they're not selling mounts for them that come with them, ugh. Then the pinions, because it's like, oh, here's just a motor, and then you're like, well, how do I make it fit with the pinion on my TRX4 that's different than the one on the Red Cat, that's different than the one on the Axial?
Oh, I wonder
And
if Josh has any Nitro race car stuff that he wants to get rid of because he's moving.
he doesn't want to ship stuff. I wouldn't want to be shipping stuff either in the middle of all this.
Yeah,
Although
true
he
that.
should ship those if he wants to see some good wins put on his mini 24 scales. He should.
Doesn't he have an assistant at the shop to do that?
I don't know.
To ship? I mean,
I
come
know,
on.
shots fired, right? Josh, if only you had a truck, the Gladiator didn't count. He's got a Corvette. Those are good for moving. So, fast.
I love,
but they can get there fast.
I love watching people at like Lowe's come out with stuff to their like Corvette or whatever it is. Like they thought it was going to fit, and then they're like looking around the car like, nope, this isn't going to work.
This is Pilot Ryan. That was well played. Have the turntables turned. So I was talking with somebody about that today, because I was talking about how I'd seen it. Actually wasn't that orange one, it was the blue one I'd been watching, of the U-turn turntables. And it's like, yeah, the libraries now, if you're going to check them out, they got records, a whole stack of records at our libraries now that you can check out.
Really?
Like CDs and tapes. And I was like, there's some CDs, but it's records.
Yeah.
People that are doing physical stuff are doing records now. It's probably more likely than a CD. Like, where do you buy a CD player now?
Yeah.
Record players for sale. Anyway, it's just a funny, how the turntables have turned. I do have RC stuff that's showing up in that list as well, just not as intriguing.
Yeah,
like
a lot of it's like
that's like what's that weird looking motorcycle, or what's that Jeep with the big monster truck tires? Like, I didn't know I needed that.
I have a ton of RC stuff in there. It's just, but it's like all the old stuff that's just junk for people. The old Traxxas Nitros that don't ever run well, and I'm talking like the old generation stuff.
Right.
But,
here's a 5-ton truck. Oh, that's pretty sick. That's needed. 13 grand. Crazy.
So I started going down the rabbit hole trying to plan for this summer's dirt race program.
Okay.
And this, if we do, so the plan is to try to find like an old used Nitro AE car.
Mm-hmm.
Not to race and be competitive.
Jump away. You talk. My mom's calling. She doesn't usually call, especially late.
Okay, cool. But not to like actually race and be competitive with, but more so to let the kids get an understanding of the car. So I'm looking for it so that we can like maybe get a used engine, used chassis, and then that way we can just let it like go out, and it's a totally different feeling. I was actually talking to my daughter about it today because we were watching what's the lady's name? Her name's Sally Mix something. I don't remember her name, but she's on YouTube, and she was doing a race, and I was talking to her about rev matching. She was downshifting through the corners and stuff, and I was like, hey, when you are doing nitro, it's kind of similar throttle control to that, because you got to keep the spool going or keep the clutch engaged. And I was trying to explain that, but there's like really nothing to, it's hard to explain until you actually feel it and feel the, how it grabs and kicks and keeping the RPMs up. So hopefully we can find something. It just seems like a very dark and deep rabbit hole to go down to get into Nitro. I feel like it's going to be more than I want, but it'll be fun. So because like we don't have anything Nitro. I have a bottle. That's about it. But I don't have like the bump starter or the head heater or the glow plug igniter. What else do I have? Or the car, whatever. So we'll see, but I'm getting excited for it. Our schedule came out and our first race will be a night race, which would be awesome. We're clearly not going to run race Nitro at that night race because A, we don't have enough experience. We won't have enough practice with it. And B, I don't want to fight the difference of running it during the day versus running it at night. Oh, I saw that. I remember that one. Yep. And you just put it on a pallet. I know. See, I need to get something like that off the pallet. Basically, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for something that Olivia can tear apart and understand the mechanics and the dynamics of the Nitro engine, and then also kind of put back together and run. So that's kind of a tough one because we need something that will run, but I don't want something that won't run. But I'm okay fixing it. I don't know. It's kind of one of those catch-22s. It'll be worth the experience, but it's going to be probably more than I want to get into that. But we'll see. This weekend we got a big race coming up, though. We've got a thanks, those girls. They'll rock it. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty much grenaded your motor. Yeah, I know, right? And that's the thing with motors; they're kind of expensive. So Kyle got a Techno. Ah, nice. Yeah. I'm excited for dirt. So dirt will be a lot of fun. I'm kind of itching for it. I was actually, Kyle, I just messaged someone to check the math. And I think if Olivia podiums this weekend, she clinches the season championship in points. I'm not sure, but I think so. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. It'd be pretty sweet if she did. And I think we're going to do some modifications to her car. We get the parts, should come on Friday, and we might do a quick little tuning thing to her car to see if we can get a little more speed out of it, see how she does. So yeah, I'm excited for the kids to run, find her a cool old school car to fix up. Oh yeah, for a real car, 100%. Yeah, so I have an old 71 C10 and it's got, I don't know if the term would be a hot rodded 305, but it's got a sprint car crank and it's got camel hump heads and it's bored over, gear driven. So it's wound pretty tight. It's got pretty high compression on it, but the what's it called? The way I'm looking at it, it's like it doesn't have enough torque for how big the car is or the truck is. So I'm thinking about finding a like a small block 350 and kind of going through that and with her and my son so that they can build it from scratch, which would be cool. Just finding a block and then going, taking the block to get machined and then kind of piecing together the parts and then throwing it into the truck. And then we'll have another motor to kind of sit on the side for a while, but that'll be a ways down the road. Chainsaw carving this weekend, no racing. What? Oh man. Yeah, I think she will clinch then. Oh, that'll be so. For those who may not know, Kyle and Olivia are constantly battling. And the race that Olivia broke, Kyle won, but he was charging hard on that race. And then the next race, Olivia was charging hard and Kyle broke. So once they kind of met in the middle at speed, they've been kind of getting taken out from other people. So it's like a grudge match. So we'll see what happens. There's so much more going on with Racing Nitro. Double the amount of stuff you have to take to the track and triple the maintenance. Yeah, so about that, we are pretty heavy into that. So our trailer gets parked at the track, and we are there at least 3 days a week. So we're racing. We're Tuesdays we have club races, like small club races, and Thursday we have small club races, and then we practice in between, and we race on Saturday. So we have a lot to that program. So I think the whole that was actually a conversation we started today was like, hey, let's start actually taking these cars apart and playing with the diff and setup in between races for the 8 scale. What's up, Tony?
You're back. I'm back.
Good.
Back. Kyle broke himself.
Yeah. So Kyle, the guy that she's been battling, it sounds like he's scared and he doesn't want to race against Olivia because she might clinch this weekend. So he's using an excuse that he's going to go and do some chainsaw carving or something. And I'm like, yeah, sure. That's right. It's like saying he has to wash his hair. So
chainsaw carving is pretty rad.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I think there's a chance. That she'll clinch this weekend. So that's what we were talking about. And then we were talking about Nitro and how that it is going to be a deep moving part thing. But I think that's why we're going to approach it this summer as like, let's just get the feels and see how we like it and see if we're not going off the deep end and buying a new car and buying all the stuff that goes with it. We're just kind of going out and playing. So,
yeah.
But yeah. Yep.
Sweet.
But I got some upgrades to my car coming this weekend, which will be sweet. I got some thicker, bigger shocks. Hopefully that'll help my racing game. We'll see. We shall
shocks
see.
are what you need. Shocks are so important. Like that was my problem with the crawlers.
Yeah.
The two of them, getting the shocks dialed in. Which, again, when I think back to my green truck, that was one of the longest things it took me to get that right.
Yeah.
Even though it seems completely wrong, the solution I came up with for it, I just kept messing with it. And I'm like, hey, this works great.
Yeah.
So it's just I got to put the time in and the effort with these 2 new trucks. I had somebody out. I'll talk about that when I talk about crawling, but that was super fun. I had a buddy come out that hasn't done it before.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like and I don't know if you feel this way, but you probably less than me because you used to do it anyway, but I feel like I'm in a different place with RC now where it's like I am now. I used to, so Jeff, Canada RC, Jeff Lemoyne.
Yeah.
We used to go on.
I haven't seen stuff from him in a while.
He's busy. He's coaching like an 18U.
Okay.
I think it's a national team for hockey.
Just super busy.
Yeah. So we used to go on and he would talk about racing and I would be like this, probably maybe sometimes how you feel about racing. Like I just gloss over and I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
You're usually pretty good at telling stories about people though, that make it interesting, like
he would talk. Yeah. He would talk about like the detail minutia
like
about stuff.
The like build outs of it. I'm like, and then I'm just like camber and I've got these special tools to like the ride heights and then
I was the same way with them, but it's funny because now that I'm like,
and I pulled the trigger, go.
Well, now that I'm like getting more into understanding the little differences that make the kids fast and like make the differences, that is now where I'm at and like trying to figure that kind of stuff, which is weird. But so did you follow any of the Chili Bowl? Did you see that girl that was like,
no, I didn't watch any of it. I saw Ryan Stiles had something from it.
Yeah. So there was this girl that was 12 years old. I forgot to show Olivia this, but she was going out and she was TQing and winning and all this kind of stuff. Well, she got selected for this big like Rising Star award. and I think she got like 4 sponsors from, like, she was racing at a level that was super high and competitive, and they had pictures of their pit and her car, and there was like one sticker on her car, and that was her number. There was like no sponsor stickers, nothing like that. She was just out there running, right? And then she was like beating top guys out there running. And so she got selected for this big award, and it came with like 4 sponsors, and like the sponsors kicked in a couple like chassis. Super cool. And so, but what was interesting is one of the guys that was talking to her was saying how it might be time for her to create a website or to create like a race diary. And I was talking to Olivia about that, about maybe what we're going to be doing is audio recording, like on our lav mics, like what just happened in the race.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be so much easier for me to film the races and just do B-roll, and having our voices already recorded at the track of what that last race was, and like the progression of the day. So I think we're going to start trying to do that. Might be an easier way to workflow it.
Yeah, do it faster that way.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Alex? Hey, John Martin. He said it's called Tony's Shopping. Wait, which part is the part that glazes over, or
Yeah, probably.
part that oh, I can't get my truck dialed in. Let me just buy a different one.
Yeah. Oh, there's that one too. Yeah.
Oh, this person already made this one. That's already doing great. I'll just buy that one.
Yeah. No. It's, you know what's funny? It's like that happened with Olivia's truck. It was that type of truck, and I went out and drove it, and I was like, I hate my truck now. And I was gonna just like throw it away and build a new one, and then I was like, okay, well, let me get the shocks that she has and see where I go from there. And so I got the shocks that she has coming, and hopefully that'll make a difference. I'm telling myself it'll make a difference.
Yeah. Oh,
We'll see
Crowtrax, what's up?
We'll see what happens. Oh, speaking of which,
You active? We see you. Yeah, John Martin says he races with the 2-time Outlaw Mod B winner from the Chili Bowl.
was that her? Because I thought she was running Mod B. I don't know if she won, but I thought she was running Mod B.
That doesn't mean he won this time. He is a 2-time winner of it, though.
Oh, he is. I thought he said he raced with.
Well, he didn't say. Just, I race with 2-time Outlaw Mod B winner from the Chili Bowl. So
Gotcha.
it doesn't actually say gender.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was funny that like
heard that from
the girl. I mean, it was like, if you, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but like if you could stereotype a NASCAR oval track like family, like it was like the Southern accent, like all that, you know, like she's like, I want to go fast. Like that's what she looked at. It's like, I was like, oh, this is like, she's perfect. Like, of course, like, of course she's winning everything.
It says 24-25 winner, Zach Lutz. Oh, that's cool. So I did not go racing and go fast. No. I went slow, but I had a buddy come. I invited a buddy.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to invite him back.
He smoke you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
First time ever doing it. He beat Dana. He beat Dana, who's like the guy we all talk about trying to beat.
Yeah.
So he didn't take first, but he took a solid second with 5 points.
Yeah.
Didn't beat this guy Will, who just was on the 24 Yep channel. They just did one. You know how he reacts to cars. People send him cars, and he does these awesome videos about them. He just did his, and it's called like "Shout Out to Reaction Boys" or whatever, because he doesn't have a Facebook or whatever to shout out. So he shouted out a bunch of other people. And I mean, Will's come so far. He kicks our butts a lot now. His trucks are awesome and dialed, and he drives awesome. But yeah, so he lost to Will, but beat the rest of us, like destroyed us.
What movie was that from? When he's playing a video game, he's like
truck. So there's that, and I went first to kind of show him the ropes and like where to be and where not to be. More importantly, I would have had. So I think I hit 2 gates that I shouldn't have hit, but other than that, I had 4 points. So I should have had a really good score.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got all of them in one. That's right. And so I actually got 22 points on one play, right? So I'm also teaching them how it all works.
So you're like, so see what I just did. You don't want to do that. Don't touch that.
Winch, and I'm going to have you winch up here, and I go, and he's tightening it, and it flips my truck over, hits the gate, and now it's stuck up, and the winch comes off, and it's stuck upside down. So we have to hand it, got it out. So
Rookies.
I took 22 points on that one, and I only had one more winch through the whole other part of the course. So actually, I drove the lights out of the Brian Kochner build. Like I drove it really, really well. But I had a one really bad, hey, let's just winch this up and, yeah. Well, what was funny was I already mostly made it through the gate, but then was trying to tilt and come around. Anyway, it was a fiasco. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
But other than that, that truck drove the lights off everything, and it was great. And so then he drove my Venge RC build, and we took the springs off of that one for the first time, and it was handling like a dream.
Nice.
So anyway, it was just dialing the shocks. I left the springs on because Brian's build, it was the first one that had the hard park shocks on it. And I was like, oh, these are cool and new and different. And so I bought some, and that's what I ended up having put on the Venge one. I hated him on that. But it's a hard body too, so there's difference. And so I was like, so I took the springs off it, and it's way better. Anyway, yeah, it was really good. The two newest trucks in the fleet are doing awesome.
That's good.
And the way that Brian, I kept forgetting, like I was thinking, I'm giving him this one, I'm gonna have no steering angle. And I keep forgetting how he shaved the axles on these. Plus they're wider. So it's crazy that they're like the plus whatever, +4 per side. So it's 8 millimeters wider, I think. But it didn't matter because I had so much steering with the shaving he did to the axles and everything.
Yeah.
It was turned like a dream. So
that's cool.
Anyway, yeah. So that went well. My buddy had a great time. I beat him in 18 scale, and I took a box stock Scout through it. Tough to drive that truck.
Yeah.
And
I want to get one of those. I have zero need for it, but I just like the way they look.
Dude, it looks so amazing. And that's why I'm pretty much leaving it. Like the body's the biggest hindrance of anything on the course because it's just so tall and wide for so long. Like when you need to just basically get your cab through and then have a relief and let that back end kind of float through the gate area, you can't do that with the Scout. It's so limiting.
Yeah.
But overall, the rest of it handles really good. I mean, I had stock wheels and tires and stuff, and I got a respectable score.
That's cool.
I mean, our 18 scale courses have been stupid hard.
Yeah.
Like, there's impassable parts. Like, they're just not fun. It's winches and reverses and not scale driving. It's just like hammer through, try and get stuck and bounce your way through. But there's 2 sections that's all you do basically. But anyway, yeah, my buddy had a good time. He did really well. He's raced before. He comes from racing, so he's actually used to race with Dana, so he knew Dana. But he hasn't done that in a bit. And so I said, dude, you should come. It's fun. I got a bunch of extra.
And then you're like, don't ever come again.
And I was like, Dana, we're not going to let him back. I'm going to give him the lesser trucks. Sabotage him.
You're going to give him a stock.
Well, it looks like your shock fell off and hit the gate.
Stock C10. Yeah. You're like, here's a stock C10 from 2020. Yeah. It's great.
No, it's not stock. I put a brushless motor in it, but everything else is stock. So you have to run it class 3. Good luck.
Yeah, there you go.
I put weights on the top of the body. Just good measure.
Just so it doesn't bounce so much. It just sits down. Yep. So
speaking of Dana.
Hey. I saw Movie Ventmon.
Now he has to build his own, right? Yeah.
I saw he said
about putting the weight up high.
Yeah, exactly. Tightening the wheel nuts as tight as you can possibly get them.
Super tight. Yeah. Well, the new trucks, they fixed that on the latest ones.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah. The new base camp one.
Yeah,
Dana was telling me about that. But yeah, it'd be great to burn up all this stuff. Here's a stock JLU. I've added the side mirrors for you.
The trailer mirrors. Here you go.
This roof rack adds scale points too. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Carrying a dumbbell.
Yeah. That's funny. Now, moving on with
water
saying
in the water tanks in the roof rack too, just so it's super scale.
It sloshes around.
Yeah.
He was saying he watched the Iron Dames at the Rolex 24. We were trying to watch it as much as we could of it, but we didn't catch a bunch of it. That was pretty cool.
But no, it's been good. I wish I could do the Sunday comps. That's the one where they do trophies and they keep points. Ours is like just for fun Thursday nights.
Yeah.
You're basically racing for that night's, bragging rights, and then come back next week and same thing. Slater's RC. I'm doing great. I ran the Crux tires last Thursday, and they hooked up. I have a video I need to edit on it. I put up a quick little teaser on Instagram of it.
Nice.
So I put them on for you, and you weren't there.
So if my parts come with enough time, I might try to run the 4-wheel drive buggy that we picked up. So I picked this up in trade, and I'm kind of Associate B74.
Oh, okay.
One.
It's all blurry. It's catching your portrait mode. I think it's your silly setting for fake bokeh. Oh, there it went. Ooh,
good.
Ooh, it was for a second. There's some deliciousness. Then nope. We get
Anyways, whatever.
Baked potato.
Yeah. So we traded for it with the idea that the 4-wheel drive buggy is similar to a 8-scale buggy. Only with meaning like just characteristics of driving, not like at all. It's not all the same. It's just like the way you plant it and stuff. So we got it with thinking that, and then I'm like, are we really going to drive this car? because I don't think we can add it to our classes. Maybe I'm going to see which ones, I wouldn't say less competitive, but less stacked, that class or the truck class, and then see if the kids want to drive one of, I don't know. Olivia wants to drive truck, but that class is like Dalton was battling just to get out of C main, like battling and fast. Like it's from D to B is like tight. Like it's their fast class. So we'll see. But the parts come for this. I got what do I have coming? A servo and some like ESC trays and stuff for this. And once that's here, then we're gonna give it a try, see how it runs. I'm kind of excited for it because I've never driven one. None of us have ever driven one. 4-wheel drive 110 is a scalpel. 8th is a hammer. Yep, that's what I hear. But I hear that they handle the same, like or similar, in the air or throwing it into a corner. If you're if you got a nice high bite. Our track is pretty. I don't know if I would say high bite. I don't think our dirt track's high bite. It's pretty loose. It's not loose. It's hard packed with a lot of dust. Since I don't race, I just keep thinking of the hobby shop Pablo when you say, hey, man. Pablo running wheeler? Oh, snap. I guess I'm putting electronics in my Pop's wheeler. I don't know if I'm going to be running it. You might have to be battling with one of my kids again. So
Slater, I was looking for you. I kept asking him, like, has anybody seen Slater? Like, he's the one that wanted to see these wheels. He needs to try them out and tell me, because he's run more stuff on this course now than I have.
Yeah.
But yeah.
13.5. Go, man, go.
The annoying thing is those carbon fiber wheels don't really allow an 8mm nut wrench in there. And so tightening them down is not fun. And they weren't all the way tight, so they were getting sloppy at the end.
What car?
The carbon, Vanquish carbon.
Oh, okay.
And
I was
had
like, what are you talking? I thought
wheels on it.
I thought you were talking about a 24 scale and you're
No,
trying to stuff an 8mm wrench. I was like, what? Yeah. Those are cool.
but they're carbon fiber wheels, and I can't get.
Drill them out. Use one of those.
What I need is to grind down the edge of the.
Just use a spade bit, one of those flap bits, and try to drill out that hole so you can fit your tool in there. It works great.
Yeah.
Just get it up to speed first before you ram it in.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Uh,
the 8mm Vanquish wheel wrench fits the carbon wheels perfect. I have no idea where that is. So, full disclosure, I've said this before. I didn't build the Vanquish carbon.
Shocking.
Travis said that it was in the box, and I've not been able to locate that wrench. So I might just have to order one from them.
Just get one of these and turn it down on your drill.
That's what I was saying. I would do. Just take it to a grind wheel and just take off the outside a little.
Chomp. Yeah. What? I don't want to get my butt kicked by Dalton in another class. Yep. Or it might be Olivia.
Anyway, I've got some of those box wrenches, so I plan to do that to it.
Yep.
But yeah.
Grinding the tool down is the way. Yes. Everyone needs a lathe. Speaking of Facebook Marketplace, they had a vintage, like 36-inch Craftsman metal lathe on there for $600, and it had all like steel gears on the side where you could switch the gears to get the different speeds. And I was like, and it was like that old like 60s look where it's got like the bubble top and like the trim that comes down over it. Oh, so sick. I need one of those. Always modify the cheapest thing out of the options.
Good advice.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that spade bit, that's what you want. Just get it cooking on high. Just
carbon fiber.
Well, you just go slow. No, you just go slow, and then you just go pow and pop it down through, and it's perfect.
But leave it on the truck too.
100%.
So it doesn't spin. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hold the tire and wheel in place.
Or even better, hold the spade bit in your drill and get your tire going as fast as you can. And then
nah. But the truck and everything handled awesome with it. So
yeah. Nice.
I need to make the video, but I'm busy. This week is one of those not so crazy weeks.
Yeah.
So well, I told you about today. I left and got home at 9:30.
It's pretty intense. Intense
and
bingo.
Tomorrow I go on a retreat until Friday.
Oh, nice.
And Friday I then go from the retreat to the International Auto Show where we're doing the comp at the auto show.
Yes.
So it's going to be quite a week.
Yeah. Yep.
I need to get one of the. I need to find I have a bunch of receivers from the Furatech. I need to get one back in my old green truck because my boys and I need trucks to run too. So I need one in that. I'll take that. I'll take the Kochner build and I'll take the Venge RC ones. We'll each run one of those.
Nice.
Yep. Yes, XJ Sport 95. We're doing a little mini comp at one of the Manager Awareness Retreat. Yeah. I'm hoping to go sledding. I went to the house that we're all going to. It's this big mansion thing that is like usually the center for like these getaways. And it had this huge ravine with like these perfectly carved out areas that were just perfect snow straight down. I'm like, this looks sick. I might not bring an actual sled, but if I forget, I have a big sled that I use for my ice fishing stuff that you haul it all out onto the ice.
Oh yeah,
In the back
yeah.
of my truck. I'll just unload it and just, hey guys, hop on. 2 at a time. Let's do it.
You bring in the Pam so you can
Oh my
spray
God.
down the back.
Good. Yeah, bikini sledders retreat. Exactly.
Slater's asking when I'm going to be able to get out there to run on a Thursday night. It'd be quite the turn to fly out. I mean, I'd be pretty baller though. Like maybe get a helicopter from the airport,
Mhm.
just drop me off there, and be like,
I mean,
"I'm
there's a
here,
3-hour delay.
I'm here for the comp."
Yeah. You just have to take 1 day off.
Yeah,
Could we just
yeah.
drop you off at the airport and you fly the red eye back, go to work Friday morning?
That'd be so brutal.
Yeah.
Could you
Only
imagine
live once.
being like, "Hey guys, why are you so tired? Were you out partying all night?" Well, I actually flew to Michigan to do an RC comp event.
Is it a big deal? No, it's just like there's no skin in the game in this one. Actually, it's just for funsies.
It's just a
But I
gentleman's
did it.
thing. Yeah. You guys don't do that kind of stuff?
And it cost me an arm and a leg.
I know.
But the
Oh,
event was only $5 for a truck, so how could I pass it up?
I know.
Yeah, but you spent $600 to go. Totally
That's
worth it.
totally worth it. Yeah.
What's going on, Uncle Eat?
And of
House.
course I would get there and break. Like my
Yeah.
truck would probably break like first gate, snap. I'm like, well, see you guys.
I'd be like, why do you do all that custom crap, Pablo? That's what I tell you. All those people that give me tips on the YouTubes, and I show up and I see theirs, and they can't make it run for more than 5 minutes. I'm like, see how my mostly stock truck is doing here, buddy? Yeah, it's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Drives. It just always works.
I'm surprised how reliable mine has been. My little the one that was the mini Lazarus.
Yeah.
I just changed the body on it to that green body, and that's it. It's good to go still.
That's funny.
That's with the original Komodo, the OG.
They're still good. They're still
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yep.
You heard it
OG.
here. I don't care about the extra weight. It doesn't really matter that much.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't.
Nope.
It was the smoothest one. There's other stuff coming out now. People are using different dinky RC and all that.
Mm-hmm.
ESCs.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't. Still FureTech. It's more that I just know it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, their app too.
At times, like, oh, why is it? I need to turn it off and on. It's working again. Hey.
Yeah.
But
their app is so good. Like so good. So good.
Could use like a designer's touch, but
yeah. Yeah. I could agree with that. I do like the colors though of the what where it shows all the stuff in real time. Yeah. That's nice. It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. Uh-oh. What's going on?
he's attacking something. Guitar case. I've got guitar cases everywhere in here. Which makes my wife think I have more guitars than I have and gets me in trouble.
Yeah, I go through that
Those
too.
are all cases, they're empty. Yeah. The guitars are out of them. You can't count the case and the guitar separately.
Yep. I run into that every now and then. I'm like, well, because I have some cars that I haven't been like. I had a bad realization last night. I was talking to the leader of the monster truck program out here.
Yep.
And I haven't driven our monster trucks since June of last year at the last monster truck comp.
Whoa.
I know, they're just sitting down here collecting dust, and I'm like, ugh. But we do have a chance of snow this weekend, so I will be charging some batteries so that we can go out and rip monster trucks. And I'm going to charge our Larlo.
Those monster trucks like Kingsling and Bog Hog.
Yes. Well, the Sling has the Amigo truck body on it. And the
Right.
Hog Hog has the chili pepper
Yeah.
or whatever it's called on it. Well, that one looks good. That one looks real good. I'm proud of that one. How I painted the outside and sanded it down. Looks so good.
Welding makes pretty colors.
Yes.
You
It's true.
interested in another base, Tony? I'm always interested in bases.
Monster Trucks J-Con has a set of 4 wheels and tires for $85. Is that a good deal?
For both, yeah. Wheels
Yeah.
and tires?
Yep.
Because it's usually like
It's easy, 120.
120 bucks.
Yeah. Yep. I know that's the one thing I want to get for my Bog Hog. I have the stock LMT wheels and tires on it. I want to get the J-Con Renegades for it.
Yeah, King of Hammers this weekend.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Posted at the YouTubes.
Yep. I'm all about the King and the Hammers. I've been seeing bits and pieces of it, but haven't been able
The
to.
drone shots and stuff they do now.
Dude.
So cool following the trucks.
So, yeah, so rad. I want to get down there one of these days. You saw snow at King of the Hammers? What?
These little flapping lips, which base is it? If I recall, I think we talked about Music Man before.
Nice.
Those are my favorite. Although this one's right up there at the top of my list for looks and just.
He's saying a Stingray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pea Metal Flake.
Nice.
Green. Maple neck. That sounds pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're like, don't make me do it.
My
So,
kill me.
so I know, right? I'm in the same boat. So there's a Nitro car chassis in Florida right now that I just came across. And it's for the chassis, like just a skid. It's $250 shipped from Florida, and it's an AE. And then I have a line on another motor for $200, and I'm like, do I do it? Like I'm looking around, like what can I sell right now to do it? like what can I sell? Because the AE chassis is the one I want because that has the same parts that me and Dalton's buggies run.
Yeah.
Like A-arms and stuff. So it's like that'd be the way to do it. But the bikes are hitting it hard. Oh yeah, at King of the Hammers. I'd like to see what Chocolate Thunder looked like in the snow. That would be intense. That'd be crazy. In Denmark, there's a drift track that has drift tires in the vending machines. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see, I think that'd be rad. Have that at my trailer at the track where you could just come out and like be like, have it drop down. It was White Chocolate Thunder. That's awesome. Uh-oh, Tony went down the rabbit hole. He's looking at bases.
I'm totally looking at bases. I'm looking for what color pea green is. I know there's an emerald green.
Who was it that said that's when you start glossing over is when you start shopping?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much. Tony's like, what? Are we in a live? What just happened?
Yeah. He said 99 pea green Music Man base, and I went, what is that? I have to know right now.
Right now.
Stone California must be comedy hour.
It's Tony looking for the Rebel base. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Stingray.
I started watching Dune.
I have a Stingray Music Man. I have the Dark Ray, which is a Stingray, but it's got dark glass built into it. So yeah.
Nice.
Anywho. So did you see the announcement just today? Team Corrali, Punisher 4.
I saw it, but I didn't really see any video or anything about it. It's a nice looking truck.
Where John go work? John Schultz.
Oh,
the distributor HRP posted.
HRP. Okay. I need to get into some of that bashing nonsense. I don't have any real bashers.
It's an interesting body. It's kind of car-like ish. It's kind of cool. It's got like this.
It reminds me of like the Red Cat had a car, a 4x4 like brush 10th scale with like
Oh, Jeff Johns is now at Team Corelli. I did not know that.
sidewalls.
John
Smalls.
Schultz is who I was talking about at HRP.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the, what's it
all these
called?
people are bass people. Dingwall bass, Warwick basses are sick. So funny story. Chad Trent from RCMCCA rules for 24 scale stuff plays bass as well. And didn't know that, but I was in this like worship bassist forum thing or whatever.
You're
And
like, I know you.
joined, and I'm like, this is a small group, like it's not huge. I'm like, man, he's in this too. It's like also a member of SPX 24 mods or whatever like that. I'm like, dude, we got to be the two weirdos in here. Like, what is up with these two guys?
That's my favorite saying that
He's on
KLN Cars calls it basement weirdos. I still haven't made a shirt that said basement weirdo.
The yeah.
He says the hat is the color.
Oh yeah. Hat. It must be the emerald one. That's all I can figure.
It's probably one of those that it's like it depends on the light. Like
yeah.
if it's in dim light, it looks
green
dark.
Sparkle.
Yeah. Yep. But with a
this
wing.
Kind of bright greenish, lime greenish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it depends on the photo you're looking at.
Yeah. I'm looking up the Team Corelli on my phone. Team Core Rally USA. There it is. Punisher 4. I forgot the one that I liked. It gave me like Dodge vibes. The green, it was green. It was called like the Matumbo or something like that. Do you remember that one?
Matumbo. Oh.
It wasn't called Matumbo, but it was
Team Corelli right now.
It was like a lime. It was like a
Kagama.
No, it was like a fluorescent safety green, like almost yellow.
By Team Corelli?
Yeah, and it was black and that color. And I thought they called it. I'm scrolling down their stuff right now.
They got a green one. I mean, it kind of has like an old, like the front end.
I'm trying to find it.
Like an old Charger Camaro front.
Yeah, so that's what maybe that was what it wasn't the Punisher. It was something else. It says Jeff Johns is now VP at Corelli. I hear he's going to determine where they take the brand in the future. Oh, there it is. Mambo? Was it called the Mambo?
That was one of them that they had.
Maybe it was the Punisher, the old Punisher, the black and yellow one. Yeah, I think it was the black and yellow Punisher that. Maybe not. I thought it was the Mambo. This is going to drive me crazy now. Because I used to look at it like.
A bunch of. There's the Skeeter, which is kind of an interesting shape.
Mm-hmm.
All they show is like the Kagama Synchro 4, the new Punisher, like a bunch of Kagama ones. Kagama. I don't see like because they had a bunch of them that had like kind of like the Kronos, which is very close to the Creighton in different ways. Remember how they had the names that were so close but not?
Yeah.
The Python was the Typhon.
I think it is the Punisher. It looks like a Charger.
Yeah.
But it was black with like a fluorescent, like safety yellow.
Yeah. They're cool looking.
Yeah.
Definitely don't hate it. It's different, than a lot of the others in looks.
How big is it?
These are 4S now, so this says 110 scale.
Yeah, but 110 to
It's going to be
who?
a
Like,
big 110 scale, though.
yeah, is it like a Notorious or something? Like,
Not that big. It's probably like the 4 cast size. So it's interesting because they used to have the lineup is way different than what they show on their site.
okay,
From what I even know of what their products were back in the day.
yeah,
Like you were seeing the Mambo and
right.
some of those.
Are those not even on the site anymore? Were they discontinued?
No, the Morocco, the Jumbo. That was the one I was trying to think of, not the Mambo.
That's. I think they had that one with that
It's
black and yeah, but I think they had it black with that safety yellow color. Was
yeah.
one of the liveries, and I remember looking at that, being like, "Yep, I'll take
Okay.
it."
The Skeeter. Yeah, here's a black and white Shogun. Or
Yeah,
black and yellow, sorry, not black and white. But anyway, a lot of these aren't showing up on their page anymore. And these were all 6S.
yeah,
So now they've all gone down to 4S things. At least that I can quickly find on their website.
yeah.
If I just go to Corrali and I just look at their cars, products, car kits, ready to RDR sports cars. Car showroom, maybe here.
Ryan Massey says, "I'm not really a basher. All truckies look the same to me." I get it. You know what I do like though, when it comes to 8 scale race truggies, I
Yeah.
like it when they take the buggy, like the truggy body off, and they actually put like a C10 body on it and cut the bed. Mwah. Looks so awesome. Like I thought about getting a truggy just for that, just because I was like, oh, I like this. Maybe I should do that with a Nitro truggy. That'd be sweet. Sweet.
Huh. That sounds like it's got an interesting color one. That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
just in a picture. Now we're talking about guitars. That's your fault, flapping lips.
Brutal.
I do have acoustics. I have a 1970 Gibson J40. That is just, it's my favorite. It's beat to, I mean, it looks like somebody just left it outside for a little while in the rain and, and dirt at it, and then got a few cracks in it for good measure and then repaired them.
Yeah.
And then kind of fixed the warping in it. It just looks, what was that just went through the screen? It just looks beat and super cool. I have a Taylor. They're
I have many leather bound books.
many leather-bound books. I've got an old K Craft 1930.
I have a desk made of rich mahogany.
So those are my acoustics. I think I have those 3. The K is right here. The K is so cool though.
Character is great. Sounds awesome. I don't know what we're talking about. You know what sounds awesome? Nitro cars sound awesome. Why are all the oval cars all of a sudden like $800 for a used oval car?
Anyway,
Uh-oh.
sounds
Music time with Tony.
as old as it looks. It's got this cool like pearlized painted. It's like 1930s.
That's cool.
Just said that here.
If you're into guitars.
Fall to the floor in a minute.
As you get up to walk away, it's like
yeah. But Ovations, man, the sound of those, they really changed a lot when they started coming out with it. Because they could, with the round back, they were using plastic and stuff, and they could do it cheap, and they just had, especially 90s, early 2000s, like a really iconic sound to them that was different and cool. Yeah, they're super nice.
Yeah. I just got this just in. Breaking news. If he TQs, she has to win to clinch this weekend. If she TQs, all she has to do is beat him. If neither of them TQ, she has to beat him by more than one position or win. And she clinches the championship.
Freebird.
And we just heard that he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
So it sounds like if she doesn't TQ, she just has to finish.
Wow. That's cool.
Sweet.
She had to TQ before if he was going to be there
To clinch.
points?
Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So if he TQs, she had to win to clinch. If she TQs, then all she had to do is beat him to win to clinch. And if neither of them
if neither TQ'd,
she
then
just has to
beat it
beat
by
him
spread.
one position.
Yeah.
So all she has to do is finish the race and she clinches. I'm just
I don't play a lot of just cover songs. I don't know. I just play to play.
play to play.
I play to play.
Just play to feel.
Just make things up.
Kyle goes, oh dang. He's still in the chat. It's like all of a sudden
He's like, I'm now.
I know. He's like, I'm going to work on my car.
Here's my plans.
Yep.
Forget chainsaws. Not as cool as a trophy. Although he can make a trophy with his chainsaw, and that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, he would still. It would just mean that she didn't clinch. I don't think he can. Yeah, but I don't think he can overtake her for first place in the season championship. I think it's mathematically impossible.
Oh, so it's just about clinching it early.
Yeah, because if she clinches it early, then we have the green light. She's going to drive truck in the rest of the season for novice, and then she's going to drive 21.5, moving it on up. So, yep. I just want a Vanquish 24 scale Nitro crawler. I like it.
I just want a Vanquish 24 scale. I know Josh is still listening, so he can take that to the bank. And it literally would. It would take it to the bank. It would make some money.
Yeah.
Do limited edition where you know you're just going to make your money back. You can sell them for just the chassis. You could do it without any electronics.
Yeah.
As a kit and sell it for $400. People buy it $500.
Yeah.
If it was a full kit, wheels and everything, you could $500 that thing easy.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
If
it was good, if it also ran good, like
had
their own axle thing going on, like
What if I had leaf springs though? That's what these all flapping lips said. 24 scale leaf spring Vanquish truck.
You'd make it with no springs, oil-filled shocks, just super slow dampening to them.
Mm-hmm.
Good turn. You have to have at least Mia's turning radius.
Yeah.
And people will. I mean, because they're spending $100 for just the chassis. They're going to spend another $70 for links. They're going to spend $100 for a set of axles. And if you can just be like, well, I got a Vanquish one. Like, yeah. We're doing it already for 10 scale. Why wouldn't people?
Yeah.
I mean, they're buying $3,500 trucks from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
People see the value in their stuff. I mean, it's just what it comes down to.
It's nice stuff. I mean, you can't dispute it. It's nice stuff.
Yep.
So I hear you, Kyle. I just found out that my truck's going to cost $3,200 to fix. $3,200 today.
For the transmission?
Yep. I was like, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, I know. I was like, awesome. Great. Could I get maybe two transmissions?
Yeah.
Throw another one in. Why not?
Yeah, Vanquish 124th VRD carbon. Boom. Done.
That'd be pretty sweet. Dude, Mini Z is starting to take a okay, so he goes, so third with a TQ is what she needs. second or first, all clinch. There you go. So she needs the TQ and get third. Then she clinches the season.
Wow.
Yep. An H10 Origin. Yeah, I actually want the optic. I do want one. I want the kit. I think it would be cool. H24 Origin. It'd be a little heavy, dog. A little
I don't
heavy.
mind hard park prices. They built that one for $700 and it sold out immediately.
Yeah.
That's fully ready to run, but yeah. My wife's Jeep Patriot transmission was $6,900. We bought a used car.
Yeah.
Broke, dude. Although it's hard to find a new used car for that anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. My truck has it hit 100,000 miles.
I'd be able to find something down near, head south somewhere around the Gulf of America so you can get a good old.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I want to get it. I want to get the kit so my daughter will build a kit. I think that would be cool.
A kit transmission.
Yeah,
get her
kit,
to do it. You're gonna have your daughter put in your transmission for you.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Be like, do it again. It's wrong.
I'm gonna talk about bases again. I saw somebody mention the Dingwall up there. I didn't get to mention it. I saw you. I know you. You're my people. RCs and bases. How cool is that?
What does that say? Dodge
Scramble?
Huh?
Pablo?
I don't know. No, it's not. Mine's not a Dodge. Mine's a Chevy. But what I was going to say is I hit 100. So why is this so hard to say? 100,000, 3,000, 103,000 miles.
103,000 miles.
Does that make sense?
103,000 miles.
But it's not 3 miles.
No, 103,000 miles.
Right.
Yeah.
It sounds so. Why does that sound so weird to say?
Yeah. Dodge Ramble. Rabel. A Ram. Yeah, just do the numbers. Put a comma in there. 103, 000.
I know, right?
Dodge Rebel.
Buy a rebel?
You're a rebel.
I am a rebel with no cause.
Element and AE hat. Who are you?
Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's like Wayne's World.
Paid. This whole thing's paid.
Wayne's World.
Can't believe anything.
Think different.
I keep seeing like bugs go through my screen. Like the light is hitting them and there's like a streak. The shutter speed must be uber high.
Maybe that's why you're so blown out.
That would be stepping you down and making you darker if they were a higher shutter speed in order to see the bug fly through. Because usually they're so fast that you wouldn't catch their motion.
Right.
Because they blur through. But if you're running a high shutter speed, then you see flies flying around people during an interview in Africa. It happens. I've seen it happen. I've called out people that did it. And I'm like, why did you send this to me?
Yeah.
Learn how to shoot an interview.
In Africa with flies.
I'm in the Bat Cave.
Yep.
The music cave.
The music.
They're legit is. $12 guitar cases in here right now. I showed you behind my chair. It looks like a nest of cases because they were on a stand here where I put this new desk.
Yes.
And so I had to move them off this wall to build this desk here. And so they were leaning against the fireplace, but something happened and they all fell on top of each other into
in the middle of the night.
They look like a teepee now.
It's pretty sweet. Yep.
have a lamp on the floor. I was using it to light the background earlier, and then we decided it looked better without it. So
It's just the way it happens. I'm debating on when I set up my garage here if I'm going to move this operation out to the garage or if I'm going to keep it where I'm at. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad if I had the heat on out there.
that's with the light on. It's just too bright.
It's too yellow. Looks like a old grandma house with the yellow.
Yep. We turned it off. 2020 Ram. Brian,
I like the Rams. I actually like the Rams. We've rented a couple of Rams. Oh, so last week, so my truck's down. Right, it's got first and second gear.
Terrible. So,
huh?
Stafford wasn't very good.
No, he needed to shave better.
I know.
Like, that drove me crazy. The neck beard.
I was like, I don't know if I can pull for the Rams again next year.
So,
do you really like the Rams?
Huh?
Yeah.
Not those Rams.
Different Rams.
No. So last week I go and I poached my wife's car, her little XB, and I was like, I think I could put everything I need for this install in the XB, and it was literally that much too short in the back of her XB. And I was like, son of a, and then I go to fire up my truck. Oh no, I fired up my old truck the night before. I was driving it around. Remember how I said it's been kind of cold here? Blew another freeze plug. And I was like, cool. Like I already knew the freeze plug was going. I could see it like dribbling out. And there was like a little pinhole. It was like spraying out. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I was down that truck. And so I had to rent a car. And I was trying to rent a truck, like from Enterprise. I got a minivan. And I hate how versatile the minivans are because I hate minivans. But this minivan was nice to drive. And I hate how the seats all folded down and I could fit a 4x8 in the back with all my tools.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate this car. With its seat warmers and all its like fancy stuff. Like our newest car is 2012. And then we have a 2012, we have a 99 and a 71. So like these new cars have all the stuff that makes life like warm and comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hate this car. Ugh. Hybrid Dodge Caravan Sport at the dealership. I was tempted. The only cool minivan is the Bigfoot shuttle. Agreed. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think what's it called? The Thunder. What was the old Thunder one? The big van. What was that? Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder.
I kind of think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a van.
That's a van. Yeah.
It's a van.
Yeah.
Wasn't a seat passenger van. It was just a van.
Yeah.
Early size.
Yeah.
But yeah. Paint the fireplace black. I hate that there's black stones in it. Like they use weird. It's Michigan, super Michigan-y. But yeah. And he painted the best part, which was the big, huge old wood mantle. He painted it blue. I'm like, why would you?
Why blue?
Do that?
Those minivans have some power too. I know. I was driving the van and I was like, I feel.
Yeah, that was a minivan.
Boogie van was cool. Yeah, the minivan I was driving, I was like zipping around. I felt like I was like, like just cutting people off for fun because it was a rental car. It's like, and I was like hammering it on the corners on the on ramp, holding on, like, literally driving it like I stole it. But
not many manual cars anymore. Tanker T68.
I know.
Hard to get your hands on one. Now it's all paddle shifters.
Chevy Astro. I have a special place in my heart for those Chevy Astro vans.
There's one around the corner from here.
Love it.
I want it.
The Astro Safari van too, all-wheel drive. Come on. So sick. It's a van of my people is what it is.
So there's a blue Astro van. Blue gray. They're so cool. just around the corner. I want it.
Yeah, hey, Brian says, wasn't the van all-wheel drive? Oof. So as it sits right now with the drops, Olivia would have a 1-point finish or lead to clinch.
Dude, check this one out. I zoned out for a second, guys, to get you this awesomeness. Look at this Astro van over here. This two-toner, gold and brown. Oh my goodness, with the gold wheels.
I wish
just like that.
I wish I had a picture of my grandpa's Astro van. So
just like that.
So you can't judge this, but so my
sticker on the front, right? Doesn't that look like a sticker?
Looks like a Lexan body.
Like that. You could paint that easy. Proline, you could make that easy.
I know. So my grandpa had a white Astro van, but it was the work van, the panel van. And his had, so he has a logo where that's where I got my business name from. His business was Amigo Janitorial. And it was literally like a silhouette of a guy in a sombrero with a mop on his shoulder. And that was on the side.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. That was on the side of his white van in red with black letters that said Amigo Janitorial. It was like so dope.
These old flapping lips has 89 Astro. Two-tone gray.
Yes. Blue interior, probably. Solid. That like
had a 2000 GMC Safari debut. I don't know what the next part of that said.
I know.
We'll leave that one alone.
I remember my buddy's mom's Aerostar had a license plate frame that said Super Mom on it. And so when we were 16 and we would take it out, we'd be like, can we take out Super Mom? It was awesome.
Yeah. Then they came out with this little bit cooler headlight style, but I don't know. I'm still a sucker for the old.
Yep, I like that generation.
Square, but look at this one.
So that older generation Astro, I think had a 2.6 or 2.4. My grandpa's had that in it, and that thing ripped. It would smoke the tires.
Corner's an Aerostar.
It would smoke the tires. Had a Safari for years. Best car I've only ever had.
I don't think it is an Aerostar.
Oh, didn't put gas on it and left you stranded. Debuts are the luxury vans. My grandpa had a Gladiator, a GMC Gladiator. Remember those? The conversion vans? Those were sweet. 4.3s and Astros since they were released. Yeah, I remember my grandpa's was like super hot. Like his is a 2-wheel drive Astro, and it was the short wheelbase like panel van one. Man, I would smoke those tires all day in that truck.
Yeah, my dad had one of these.
Yep, my grandpa did.
But in the back, my dad's was a it was called a halfback.
Was that the bench seat that folded down to a bed?
Well, yeah, it had that as a secondary seat, and then it had on the interior a wall, with, a flip open window, and then it was like a truck bed in the back. Not really, but it was like not as finished. It had a plastic runner on the bottom.
Nice.
It actually went under the seat, so you could put a full 4x8 piece of plywood in, because it was narrow under the, where the wall was.
The
floor went under where the couch was, so you could put full like sheets in there. But we'd also just open that window up and we'd just run stuff all the way to the front.
Oh yeah. Ours was white and it had plush purple interior. It was so dope. It was so dope. We used to take that up to Whistler all the time.
See, there's any that show it. It was a pretty custom thing.
Yeah.
Companies would just take them and then they'd, because they'd have the packages, but it was basically whoever bought the vans.
Yeah.
Outfitted them, right?
Yep.
So I don't see an actual halfback style.
So one of the other cars that my grandpa had for a shop truck, it was an international. It was like the I think it's the P10 Chevy stepside van. It looked just like that, but it was an international version. And he put cherry bombs on it, and it was a little 3-speed. And he put 13-inch Daytons on it, and he would drive that around as his work van. That was awesome. I remember sitting in the front because he had the slider doors on it, putting my feet up, and we'd be going to work, and he'd be like, "Wow!" Just slamming through the 3 gears like with
Dude,
cherry
see,
bombs.
electric Aerostar won the Goodwood Hill climb this year. It was crazy fast.
Was it like
Huh.
an old body Aerostar, obviously, or was it like
Must have been
something
a
new?
conversion. 4.3s
That's
in
crazy.
Astro since they were released.
Oh yeah. Super One Handed said his grandpa had a 6-inch black and white TV in his.
Yeah.
Those were awesome. On the radio frequency. Remember you could dial it
Yep.
in on the radio?
Swing the captain's chairs around and you get a party. Yeah, they had that little like card playing table that would
Yeah. Dude,
had
I
one of those
remember.
before the conversion other one where it had the velvety plush seats
Yeah.
with the fold down bed one in the back. And yeah, you always flipped around the
Yep.
yeah, wow, that's hilarious. But it's because we started racing bikes. That halfback was perfect because
Yeah.
we
Put
throw
them
our
all
bikes
back
on the
there.
back of the van.
Yep. Crash out.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of a divider so that the like wouldn't be hitting us.
Yeah.
The wall was nice. But yeah, that's crazy. These old flapping lips knows his vans.
I know, right?
I love it.
Yep. I want to get a P10 Chevy steps. You should look that up. Those are cool. I think it's a P10 step side, or it might be just called a box van, P10 box van, or is it P20? I don't remember. I think it's P10.
And step van is pulling up. It must be listening to you. Like these.
Yes, I want to get one of those so bad.
This looks like you.
Which one?
The race, all of them, just the
Yeah,
shit.
I know.
Whatever you want with it. It looks like,
Yeah.
and you just make that your new RC trailer right in the back of it.
100%. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, drive across the state in one of those.
You'd have to be careful though. Like immigration might pick you up.
I know.
This dude totally looks like he needs to be taken out. I got papers.
I know. I'm like, hey, take it easy. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be so awesome.
The paint jobs on these are sick.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that's you. It's tagged, right? It's an ice cream truck.
Yeah. Dude, so awesome.
Mr. Ice Cream.
I think the P20 might be a little bit more blocky nose on it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I want. I want a P20, the smaller P20.
Drop it like this.
Yep. 100%, dude.
Tools and equipment. Yeah, I see you in that.
Cypress Hill, Static X, so many great lineup. Oh, dude. Yeah, I would totally rock that.
Barbecue truck. I mean, that looks legit.
Yep. That would be cool to put.
Yeah, Wolf Tracks RC. What's up, Josh Martin?
That would be cool to put. So like my daughter's what's it called? Let's see her. I'll find her logo for her build company. Let's see if I have it here.
This one's all you, dude. Not for
Yeah.
wheels on
Well,
it.
see, that's what I'm saying. If we put this on the side of it,
Super cool.
the secret speed shop, no receipt, no problem.
Take the pink one, redo it.
Heck yeah. Cheech and Chong van. That's what I'm saying. Okay. You forced me to do it. I'm looking it up.
Look at this rad
Pete.
People are cool.
Heck yeah, $5,000. Oh, that's a P30.
Is it on Facebook?
Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I'm looking them up.
You want to search it in the South, though. Get it in Texas.
Yeah. Oh, so rad. That'd be so much fun.
All right, I'm looking at my Facebook really quick for P20 van.
Yeah.
Do you
Here's
think
one.
she's gonna have any here?
Here's one for $1,900.
$10,000.
Oh, dude, this one's perfect. They're so roached out. So roached out.
Oh, 1,800. Yeah, they're pretty roached at that though. Like you can get them semi redone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we go.
Redone. It's still $9,000.
Here's one for $9,500. Oh, this one looks nice. I'm trying to find a good picture
Why
of
do
it.
people think they're worth so much? This thing's roached out for $10,000.
Another Facebook Market rabbit hole. Here we go. That's this one.
See, this is quality entertainment here. Yeah, that one looks better if you're gonna spend that much.
I know, right?
All right. What do you get if you search RC cars on yours right now? Go.
Okay.
First things that pop up. Anything cool? Dude, there's a Vitera Ascender.
Nitro cars. Offna Ultra.
Somebody has a fully modified WL Toys 144001 for $175.
Wow.
Nope.
Nope.
What comes up? There's a Arma Granite, this Ascender, and then the WL Toys.
There's not that many cool things on mine. Mine's a lot of parts.
$10,000 for a Traxxas lot.
So
It's a pretty big lot. Holy cow.
there's a guy in Spokane, Washington selling Truggy, Associated Truggy slider.
This looks like the guy tried to do
$250.
YouTube and then was like, yeah, you know,
It's not all what it's cracked up to be.
expensive.
Oh, you know what is a cool one? Look at this one on Marketplace.
Is that
This guy
yours?
knows. Yeah. This guy knows what he's doing. He's trying to sell it.
Feels-
This one's been listed for like 2 weeks. A couple bites. Like, would you take $150 for it? It's like, no.
That was a good jump to jump.
Yeah, it was fun. It better be for. Oh, he's talking about the truck. Oh, this one. So, I seriously contemplated this to flip. Check this out. The Super
Bahare.
Baja Ray, $550. It actually looks like it's in decent shape. I was like, I could flip that. Put a cool paint job on it.
It better be for $10K.
I think he's talking about the van.
The truck, yeah. Well, there's $10K of RC stuff in Charlotte. If you're looking to just get started on your YouTube channel, they have every Traxxas it looked like that was made, as well as the Losi Pro Moto. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was pretty. He's got more than that invested. I will say that.
Ooh. Oh, it's your Mad Wagon. I thought it was the Mad Van.
I'm trying to see if it'll pull back up again. I don't see it again. People are not asking RC prices for this stuff.
Nope.
This Dusty Sen F450 RC.
Okay, so
$375 for it.
So if this guy sees this, I apologize for throwing you under the bus. But this RC8X, right? It's a great radio. It's what I use. Used, he's trying to sell it for $280.
That's new price.
That's new price. And I don't care if it's only been around once. This is not new.
Yeah.
And you can get on Amazon right now for $260. that's the stuff that it's like drives me crazy when I see stuff like that. And I'm like, come on, guys. Normally when I put stuff on Facebook, it's like, just get it out of my face.
Traxxas Mini Max for 200. Makes me wonder if they blew the diffs in it and are trying to offload it.
Look at this one. This one's pretty cool. It's a T-Max with a cage.
Yeah, what's the going?
What do you think?
200.
Nope.
$400.
Not
a chance.
Not a chance. No low balls. I know what I got. Ran when I parked it. Yep, pretty much. There is some kind of cool every now and then you come across like some vintage RC that you're like, ooh, like this one. Oh, but it's missing a door. It's missing 2 doors. Darn. Who remembers this one? The West Coast Chopper 53 Chevy RC.
So why do you think? Let's see it. I saw that one on mine too. Huh? Why would that show on mine? I'm too far away. Is he shipping it?
Yeah.
He is.
Well, this one's in Stanwood. It's not too far from me.
All right. So here's what I want to. This is crazy. What people think. I so lowball my stuff apparently when I put it out.
Oh yeah.
4 cars, $2,850. Like
what? Are they
a
brand
Team
new?
Rally Python, an Arma EXP Italian. Okay, so that's $750. The Python's $5-ish, $600. So let's just be generous. That's $1,300. Then there's an E-Revo. What are those? $600.
I don't even know.
And
I
a
don't know
Python
Traxxas stuff.
6X or Typhon 6S. So that's $550.
So he's making money off of them.
And he has batteries. But ain't nobody paying for your batteries, bro.
Puffy batteries. Yep.
$2,850. That's like the cost you paid for them. Why do you think you're going to get that? Things are usually half.
Dude, so I posted
one off, but one off. The Italian's going to get $500, $400 maybe.
Yeah,
probably 450. Like that's what I would say. That's half, pretty much.
Yeah,
I pretty much see it as they're like a car. They go down about half value because these are not upgraded. Doesn't matter if you've ran it or not. Take it off the lot.
Yeah,
open the box.
And some of them that are like 2 generations old.
Anniversary edition ones for full price.
Yep.
New
I
in the box.
I sold a welder last week because I have 3, and 2 I have are identical. Like they're identical, but one was set up for aluminum, one was set up for steels and other metals. But I sold it, and I saw a couple online that they were selling for $1,700, $1,400, or 17 and 14, and I put mine at 1,000. I was like, this thing has paid for itself 30, 50 times over. Like, you know what I mean? Because I've had it for that long, and I was like, and I keep my welders in really good shape.
Yeah.
And I listed it for 1,000, and it sold. Like I had 14 offers, or like, I'll come and get it right now by the time I woke up in the morning. Like I posted it at night before I went to bed, and it was like, boom, let's go. That's the thing, it's like,
I told my wife, I'm like, I would be willing to almost sell my entire collection and tools and whatever to start over, just because I feel like it's easier for me at this point to not be overwhelmed by it.
Sure.
Like I just sell it all.
Do it.
Keep my carbon and my little minis, the 3 that I have that I comp with.
Yeah.
And like the Mojave, like I'd keep a couple, but I mean, I have a crap ton, and I have the primal raminator. I have the custom bar rebuild. I have the low C5T. I have the SDX6. I have the big buggy, the DBXLE. I've got the Creighton 8S. I've got big ones. I've got the Freestyle RC custom monster trucks, all that. And I'd be like, I would have done 10, and that's with my tools. Like take the tools, take
Yeah.
all the spare parts like that I have for the like is basically parted. Like somebody could part it out for a ton, and I was saying 10 for that, joking.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
wanted just for 10 grand, take all that stuff,
Do it.
and I'd just start over. Like I'd
Yeah.
probably take it and just there's Creightons, there's the Success Mojaves, there's the
Yep.
custom, there's the semi trucks, there's I mean it's a ton of stuff. The reef wheels, the
Yeah.
drag cars, and it's a ton.
Yeah.
And then I look at the one where it's just like the tracks just line up. I'm like, 10. It just still seems high. Like I'm way even below half of the. I mean, just in the big ones, there's over 10 grand.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
With the custom ones and all that. Now that's new pricing, but then you do like the freestyle ones.
Yeah. That you can't get anymore.
Yeah.
Like, yep. No, I'm with you. I've actually pared down quite a bit. I've sold.
I'm like, I can't do that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. As I
I
think about the stuff I lose, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've actually pared down quite a bit. My shells are pretty thin, but the race cars are like in bins now because they're like race ready. You know what I mean? So it's like we have more race cars. I'm surprised how people think they can get so much out of a race car.
yeah.
Like that's to me that baffles me because
There's
like
no wear and tear on those.
dude, yeah, like
Very
if you
cool.
want to be competitive, like I was looking at
And
some of
they
those
date themselves so quickly.
100%. I was looking at some of those oval cars that they're selling on marketplace right now for $800 for an oval car, and it's like I don't care if it's ready to run. Like you have to go through and get new A arms for it all, clean all the dirt off the bolts. Like you got like
That's
for
like
that kind of
that
money.
custom 5th scale sprint car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the same league.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. And like even like my race buggies and stuff, it's like I was trying to give away like Chong that was in here earlier, we traded for some paint because I sold my SR10s for like $140 a pop. Like I was just like, just take them, and they were set up to go. Like they all finished top 3 in the class that they were running. So I was like, just take them. But they're, it's like they're hard to do that.
Welcome back, Addicted to RC.
Hey.
Been in a while. It's been not staying up late. This is a good choice. The Outlaw Rampage by Kyosho.
Oh yeah.
Good build. Oh, I have that too in that list of the ones I would have had.
Yep.
It's a pretty extensive list.
Yeah.
It keeps on going and going.
Yep.
A real truck should have a refuge or truck bed to put stuff.
True.
Talk about the Sens or
No.
Yeah, Addicted says you can ask whatever you want. That's why it's still for sale.
Yep.
So that happened with the table we just sold. My wife wanted me to post it because I've sold stuff and she just thinks more people would see it there. Whatever. A table, because we bought a cheaper quality table that we liked better than the real wood one that came with the house.
Yeah.
And she posted it for $400, and I was like, "Yeah, it'll never sell." It sat there for weeks and weeks.
Mm-mm.
She's like, "But look at this person wants, has this exact same table. I mean, theirs has chairs. Ours doesn't have chairs, but they want $1,200." I'm like, "Yeah, and it's still on Facebook Marketplace."
Yep. If you have the patience,
people
you
can
might
get tables anywhere. Like you can go to the thrift store and get a table for cheap.
Yeah.
It is it's nice gray, kind of trendy-ish new, like seats, like 12 people, like with the leaf. It's pretty, big.
Yeah.
Farmhouse style table. Darned if she didn't sell it for the full asking price. I literally was taking it up to Goodwill on Saturday.
Yeah.
Waiting for my kids to get home so I could unload the ice fishing stuff and then load it in the truck. And I got a message on Marketplace. I'm like, you got to be kidding. Somebody wants to see it. It's been up here for weeks.
Yeah.
And they were moving whatever. She's like, I'm sending my boy, like, I want to look at it. And then she didn't actually come. She's like, I'm just sending my boys. We're moving currently. It's going to take about 2 hours to get there. I'm like, what? Could you have the legs off it for them to take it? I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah. You're not like gonna just stiff me with it. Now I got the legs off it. They came, nothing, handed the money to my wife, took it off the porch and left. I'm like,
Nice. Yeah.
uh,
Well, I think maybe you should look at your RCs in a different way. I think you should look at them as RC currency. That's the way I look at mine.
yeah.
So like I have, like I
I
had
don't like to get rid of them.
yeah, I don't mind getting rid of them to get the other stuff that I want out of it, right? Because like for instance, I got rid of what did I get rid of? A couple crawlers lately, the SR10s.
Yep.
But it goes into the race program, right? But like right now, I don't really have any don't really have any RC currency that I'm willing to part with. Like I got all my custom stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to part with that.
Yeah.
I have one base camp Jeep that hasn't seen the interwebs. I should get it. Hold on, I'll be right back. It hasn't seen the interwebs, and it's probably a day away from being like completely finished, and it looks sick. And I could sell that probably for a good chunk. I'm thinking about it, but I'm like, I don't know. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Are you talking about my truck that you have?
So I have to put all the plastic back in it to and put the lights in it and do my distressing. But this hasn't seen the light of day.
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, this would be a cool one and it's a base camp with the dig in it. And I got it and built it for going to Axial Fest that I never ended up going to. And yeah, it's fully caged on the inside. And so I'm like, I should probably sell this because I've never driven. It's never been on the trail yet, and it's been like this for a year at least. And if I got rid of it, then there's my Nitro car, right?
Yeah.
So that's I look at stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. I don't like losing money, so I have a hard time selling something. Yeah, right. So like I've thought about selling like the Raminator at times.
Yeah.
Just for space more than anything. Because I still like it. I still think it's an awesome truck.
Yeah.
But there's that like, will I regret it when it's gone?
Yeah.
And I would probably undersell it because the market for that is very small, especially when you're in a local area.
Yeah.
You're not shipping it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get like $1,200 for it, probably.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And like for me, I don't think the market's there for like my Jericho or my Lazarus truck anymore, like it used to be. I think that market softened up quite a bit. And so like those two won't get sold unless the number's like silly. That's the only way that I would sell one of those. And then the other one would be the 10 scale turf car that my kids started on. I wouldn't sell that one.
Yeah.
That one has no value other than sentimental value. But just because it was the first one they did it on. But the Jericho truck and the Lazarus truck, I just don't think I could do it. Only I could stomach that.
Yeah.
I did get a wild hair, and I looked at my 3D because like my 3D print technology and software has gotten better since I made my Frankenwagon.
Yeah.
And so I revisited that 3D model a couple weeks ago, and I was like, it might be time for a Frankenwagon 2 coming up. like over next winter, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Frankie Mabry wants to know, do I have any sends I would part with? I don't know. I parted with quite a well, I might have one of the new ones. But it was different. We weren't going to part with it. We were going to do well, I have to find out. I have to talk to Sen still. We were talking about doing something with one, like a giveaway, but if I don't get one from them, I have one that I could do a giveaway with still.
Nice.
If they were going to do the giveaway, then I might have one I could potentially sell.
You gonna lower it?
It's that new Sen one that just came out that's super awesome.
The Sicario, yeah, they have the lowering kit for it. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. It looks super cool, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't drive anything like that for just on road, so it wouldn't do me any good. It'd look cool, but I like the way they look stock. I would just want to put a brushless system in it and lock it so that it can off-road.
Yep.
Yep, that'd be the main thing.
Or I could pull one of those fifth wheel flat highboy trailers with all the race cars on it as I come into the track at our hobby expo. That'd be cool.
Because I already sold a lot of the other F450s to some people on here. So I don't know, like, because I have one of the F450s that I'm keeping. I like them. I just didn't have a need for 4 of them,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I have the one that I want for my collection and for when I want to run trailers and whatever, in my favorite color combos. And then I have the new Sicario one, the blue one.
Nice.
So
those ones are sick. Speaking of sick, we should probably end this.
Oh, we've been going 2 hours.
I know, it's crazy.
Dang, and I got to get up early and head out for that retreat, and that means I got to get up early so I can pack and finish some prep work I have to do for it.
RC Jeep guy, did you see the Jeep that I held up? He'd be a candidate for that one.
So he's looking at the F450 or F250. I have to see what I still have.
RC Jeep guy seems like he'd be a candidate for this one. He likes Jeeps, apparently. A pre-runner Jeep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes. Did you see the little bombs in the?
Yes.
Let's see. You probably can't. It won't focus. But there's little bombs in the side.
In the light, yeah.
Little bombs.
It's pretty cool. See you, Brian.
Yep. Looks heavy. It is heavy. But
that's have you seen his run on trails? It's a trail runner.
Yeah.
And it's built for Axial Fest trails.
Yep.
And then so that's what is awesome. Wrapping in my collection also is my favorite. One of my favorites is the Unimog. And it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's steel bumpers, steel sliders. But the way that it articulates and the body moves,
lumbers, yeah,
is so cool for trails.
Yep.
And it actually did so good at Axial Fest.
Actually, now that you say that, I don't have any cheater trucks anymore. The only cheater truck I have that's not a cheater truck is it's not any heavier than the monster truck I sent you. This is the only one that's like a cheater truck that I still have. The Ecto Portal one. But aside from that, I don't have any more cheater trucks.
All right, well, let's wrap it. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Always enjoy hanging out.
It's very fun.
I love when we can interact a lot more with the chat like this. It's super fun.
Yeah. It's good.
Super fun. These old flapping lips, I don't know if you're still there. I don't know if you sent me pictures.
You're like, I'm interested in that bass.
I just want to see it, if nothing else. I like bases. I love looking at them. I love talking about them.
You might have to move some of that RC currency to get your bass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I have to move an instrument. That's the thing. My wife's always like, you can't bring another one in unless you would. She's telling somebody at church, she's like, he's got like 19 now. I'm like, no, I don't. It's like, if you count every stringed instrument, if you count ukuleles, mandolins,
Yeah.
guitars, electrics, acoustics, I'm like, close. It might be close. If you count the junk ukulele, like for playing around here, then that's a group. It's like, doesn't hardly count.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
See you, Ryan. Bays Dark.
Easy. Yeah, we'll see you on Friday, Ryan. You shoot me a number. Spec RC wheels. Custom cage. Hard body. It's pretty sick. Just kidding.